Hey, what's up, guys? This is Ryan Zoo doing announcement 2 of the 3 announcements that I'm doing today. If you haven't seen the first announcement, go and watch that first, as that's a very, very big announcement, and we're continuing the ball. We're going to continue the ball rolling with announcement number 2. So one of the things I mentioned in announcement number 1 is the huge passion of the Promo 9 and Dark Atomic, and this is the evidence right here. Season 4 of King of the Hill is out. So this Season 4 of King of the Hill is completely controlled and run by the Promo 9 and Dark Atomic. It seems like at the moment the Promo 9 is really, really busy with schoolwork, so the man to get a hold of, so to speak, for any questions about this is definitely Dark Atomic. He's going to be predominantly the one that's got a lot more time to manage this at the moment, but definitely both the Promo 9 and Dark Atomic are equal managers of and equal leaders of King of the Hill Season 4 and just King of the Hill onwards. So this banner, I still made this for them. And by the way, guys, if you haven't seen this before, this is the King of the Hill archive forum. This is where this is basically the home of King of the Hill. This is where the Noble ranking is, and everything else about King of the Hill is basically on this forum. We've had, like, I think almost 60,000 or even more views on this forum now, which is absolutely fantastic, absolutely phenomenal. It's on its way to becoming the most viewed single forum topic on all of Ninja Kiwi, which is what I hope it will be. But anyway, keep coming here, guys, to see the updates and things like that. So this is my account, Ryan Zoo, but I've actually given my account details to the Promo 9 and Dark Atomic, and actually quite a few other King of the Hill managers as well, such as Crazy Aliens, etc. And yeah, they're all helping, they're all working together to, you know, run King of the Hill and make it awesome for you guys. So we have started Season 4, and that's what the second announcement is Season 4, and there's so many changes. Well, not really so many changes, there's basically one huge change. And yeah, let's run over it right now. So I'll just give you a brief overview of this front page. There's a new king, which is actually the same as the old king, KOTH Battles. The ranking system is a little bit different. We see some TBCs here. That basically means, I think, means to be decided. I think. To be honest, all of this update was done by Dark Atomic, so even I'm not 100% sure of some of the changes here. I'm probably sure about 99% of the changes, but there's some things that I still need to talk to him about to fully understand it. But yeah, fully from today onwards, absolutely, the Promo 9 and Dark Atomic have taken over leadership of King of the Hill, and this is their first big change to King of the Hill Season 4. So, we see some changes to the archive forum. If you haven't been here before, then you won't really know what I'm talking about. But if you have been here before, you'll see that this, the pages definitely look quite different. Tons and tons of rules. I will cover this. All these rules will be covered, but in a separate page, which is a lot more clear, and I'll show that in a minute. Here's a link to the show, which basically, if you push the show button here, you can see all the episodes, and this is just another way to go through the episodes of King of the Hill. A link to the Skype chat room, download Skype and then click here to the Skype chat room. Unfortunately, this chat room is actually full right now. I am going to think of a way to maybe kick some inactive people so that more people can join that. There's always news, which is fantastic. It keeps you guys updated in a sort of quick and easy way to see what's happening. And so Season 4 has started, and as I announced in the first announcement, I have given management of King of the Hill to Dark Atomic and the Promo 9. However, I am still managing King of the Hill, the show. Here's the general rules for King of the Hill matches, which I'm sure most of you guys are familiar with. The FAQ, which has been completely changed by Dark Atomic, and the history, showing all of the games that have happened in the past, all of the results, keeping a nice detailed log of that. So, let's go into Season 4 and let's see what the changes are. This is what's awesome about the news, is that you can actually post links to other sections of the forum. And so this is actually, so you guys, I'm using 2 tabs now. This is King of the Hill Season 4, and these are all the changes. And this is actually posted on the, the very, very last page of this forum, posted by Dark Atomic. Well, second to last page. See this post here? You can organize battles via the forum, but it is so much easier with Skype. So if there's any chance for you to get it, then that would be cool. I didn't write that. Dark Atomic wrote that. So this is actually the first time I'm reading something that appears to be written by me, but actually it's not. So Ryan Zoo is just a general account, that's used for King of the Hill, and even though it has my name, don't think too much about that. It's basically, all the King of the Hill managers has to have access to this account so that they can edit the front page, especially for adding in results to the adding in results to the nobleman battles and things like that. Yeah. So on to the King of the Hill season 4. King of the Hill season 4. After a long season 3, there is the next big change to King of the Hill, and with season 4, there is a revolutionary change to King of the Hill. The knights we implemented in season 2 are removed. This season gives everyone a chance to join King of the Hill. So there it is, guys. That's a huge change. No more knights. You guys can join directly into King of the Hill. And this is going to allow so many more people to participate in King of the Hill. It's basically going to open the floor to everybody. And it is going to be such a huge, it's just going to be phenomenal growth for King of the Hill, the tournament as a whole. So here's a list of all the changes. So the knight system is removed. So you don't have to beat a knight to join King of the Hill anymore. All you have to do is tell one of the King of the Hill managers that you want to join. This is Dark Atomic, this is the Primo 9, Crazy Aliens, and Dark Atomic. We're going to finalize, or not we, but yeah, Dark Atomic and the Primo 9 will finalize exactly who the King of the Hill managers are shortly. But at the moment, it's definitely Dark Atomic and the Primo 9 at least. And so there are two ways you can join King of the Hill. So you can either PM Dark Atomic using the archive forum, or add Dark Atomic on Skype using this Skype address here, and let him know. So basically, King of the Hill is going to be a lot more connected to Skype at the moment, just because it's by far the easiest and quickest way to communicate with you guys. It's much better than YouTube messages or whatever. And yeah, I highly recommend you guys to get Skype. You don't have to. You can do everything through this archive forum, but Skype does make things a lot easier. Carrying on, if you get a response and you're added to the list, then you can start to challenge people. And so if we go to this front page here, we can see that the list is already been starting to expand. We have people like the Spelling Police, Sam Wang, Doff Block, who never challenged a knight and they never beaten a knight. Pro Bordersland Gamer was a knight, but he never challenged a knight to become a nobleman. All these guys were added because they simply told Dark Atomic that I want to participate in King of the Hill, and you will get your name added to this list, and now you can start challenging other players. So back to this. So I guess carry on. I message every nobleman on Skype and asked if they want to join the next season, which is this season, season 4. So please notice that you only join the next season if you answer yes or message Dark Atomic on the forums. You have to answer within a week, otherwise you start from the bottom. So this is sort of just a message to the nobleman, not so much to you guys at large. But yeah, basically every season you have to sort of be active within the current season to continue playing in the next season, basically. But you'll get more of that as we keep on reading. And so there's some conditions to join King of the Hill. You still have to have 2,000 battle score requirement. So we don't want absolute noob cakes to play in King of the Hill. It is still for the very elite, but just not as elite as, only the best 10 players in the world. Now we are opening it to a lot more of you guys, but we still would like, you guys to have had quite a bit of experience with Bloons TD Battles first, and so having that 2,000 battle score requirement is still there. You have to have a forum account or a Skype account. Skype is strongly preferred, and that's because you have to have a way to tell Dark Atomic your results. So if you're challenging the Spelling Police and you beat him, you have to tell Dark Atomic the results, otherwise he can't update this forum. This is basically a ladder, a continuously changing ladder. Players will get moved up and down depending on if they beat people or not, and that's why the new banner that I made is very, a huge climb to the top of the hill. This is from the Karate Kid, by the way. Some of you guys might have seen that movie. Awesome movie. So back to this. If you play, so you may only join with one account. That's kind of obvious. If you play another player, please tell the results to one of the King of the Hill managers as soon as possible, and also remember the date that you played with them. So the date is really important. So some changes to the nobleman system. So yes, there are still noblemen. It's not just a full ladder. So let's read this. The players on the rankings will now be ordered in noblemen and players. The first 21 players on the nobleman rankings are noblemen. These are the 7 gold noblemen, the 7 silver noblemen, and the 7 bronze noblemen. So here we can see 7 gold, 7 silver, and 7 bronze. And then anyone else after that is just a quote-unquote regular player. There is still a nobleman only chat room as well on Skype. And you can join when you get into the top 21, but you will not get removed if you move down. So we have had exclusive nobleman only Skype room for quite a while, and yeah, that will continue to exist. Okay, moving on. Number 3, number of players you can challenge has enhanced. So you can challenge up to 10 players ahead of you. So previously, the nobleman could only challenge people 6 players ahead of them. Now it's up to 10. So you can move up the rankings a lot faster now than before. So, so this rule is only for players. Let's see. Okay, this rule is only for players. So basically, below the nobleman, from 22 rank and down, you can challenge anybody up to 10 places above you. But if you're challenging nobleman, which is basically anyone who's ranked 21 and above, you can only challenge 6 places above you. Okay, so back to this. So if you want to challenge a nobleman, he has to be 6 places or less above you. And if he is as a quote-unquote just a player, which is basically anyone lower than 21, it's 10 places above you. Pretty straightforward. Basically, when you challenge, I'll just go through. I'll explain that. So when you challenge somebody, you're challenging someone to a best of 5 with King of the Hill rules, and if you beat them, then you basically go 1 spot above them. So if Doth Block challenged Pro Bordersland Gamer, then Doth Block goes to number 22, and Pro Bordersland Gamer, Sam Wang, and the Smiling Police move down 1 rank to 23, 24, and 25 respectively. So it's kind of just like a little move up the ladder sort of system. Now seasons have temporary limitations. So every season now only goes for a specific amount of time. Season 4 will end after 6 weeks. So after 6 weeks, there is a final order, and whoever is king wins the season. He is king of that season. So now there is a time limit to seasons that's very specified. It wasn't just, I just changed it whenever I felt like changing it. They are exactly 6 weeks. So basically you have 6 weeks to try to get as high as you can in the noble rankings, and by the end of the season, that is the rank that you have achieved. There's also a change to the badges system. So some of you guys might know there used to be smiley faces beside the players, and that was a badge system. So now the badge system works differently. First of all, the number of badges you can get is dependent on the player, how good the player that you beat. So you get 1 badge for beating a normal player. So before I go over this, let me just summarize the badge system. Badges are earned by people who defend challenges. So if Doth Block is challenging Pro Bordersland Gamer and Doth Block wins, Doth Block does not get a badge. But if Pro Borderland Gamer, obviously, well, if Doth Block wins and Pro Borderland Gamer loses, obviously, then nobody gets any badges. Basically, he just moves up. The rankings just get changed. But if Doth Block loses to Pro Borderland Gamer, Pro Borderland Gamer, God, I hate that name, is rewarded basically for accepting challenges by getting these badges. And badges are a really, really important thing to collect as well in King of the Hill. So you get 1 badge for beating a normal player, you get 2 badges for beating somebody who's a bronze nobleman, 3 badges for beating a silver nobleman, and 4 badges for beating a gold nobleman. And everybody is trying to collect these badges. And why? Okay, the badges have another use. So they used to be allowed to allow people to move up and down the rankings. Now that's not anymore. You cannot use them to move up the rankings anymore. The number of badges you collect in 1 season now decides about the position you have at the beginning order of the next season, except the king, who stays the king from the last season. So basically what I'm saying is, let's say Sam Wang, so basically badges is sort of an indicator of how often you accept people's challenges, and obviously how often you beat people that challenge you. The more people that you beat that challenge you, and the higher ranked the challenger is, then the more badges that you will get. And badges is just pretty much just a show of how awesome you are as a King of the Hill player, but it also shows it's also used to decide the starting rank for next time. So you can be in bronze and accept tons and tons of challenges and be really, really active, and in the next season 5, you might start off in gold because you have so many badges, and that gives you a great advantage for that season because you're starting off in such a high position. Allows you to challenge a lot more high position people and just basically get in a high position overall. So that's a new badge system. There's also an inactivity rule. So because many new players will join King of the Hill, we need different rules for inactivity. There is now a possibility for players to go into a holiday mode. This mode means you cannot play any battles while you are in holiday mode. So basically, to get into holiday mode, you just have to let Dark Atomic know and he will update the rankings. If you play a game, you immediately leave holiday mode. You have to be in holiday mode for at least 1 week and not more than 4 weeks. If you're on holiday mode, you won't get moved because of inactivity. You still move down if a player above you gets beaten, and the king cannot go into holiday mode. Okay, so this is just a new little separate mode in case you guys have to go away for a little bit, and just makes it so that you don't move down immediately if you don't play games. So this is the rest of the inactivity rules, and this is actually the more important one, I think. Also, you now get moved 7 ranks down, 7 ranks, if you don't play a single battle for 2 weeks. So you have to sort of continually be active in King of the Hill, reasonably continuously. You know, 1 game every 2 weeks isn't really that much to ask, I don't think, to stay active in King of the Hill. But yeah, either challenging someone else or accepting a challenge, either one counts, but to, you know, be considered a continued activity. Otherwise, you will get moved down 7 ranks if you don't play for 2 weeks, and you get moved to the bottom of the rankings. I think that's actually the very, very bottom, very bottom, wherever that might be. And you get moved to the bottom if you don't play a single battle for 3 weeks. And by the way, guys, you know, these changes are huge. This is a completely new system for the King of the Hill, and I know a lot of you guys, or maybe some of you guys, I don't know, will have some ideas about how to improve this, or maybe some little tweaks that could make it a lot better, and we're listening to your feedback. So definitely write that in the comments for us. Thanks. And you know, these are not set in stone. We can make changes and make improvements, and especially, you know, if the idea is a good one, of course we will take it on board. So don't be you know, so yeah, stay positive. Even if there's something that you don't like, stay positive about it and just let us know. And yeah, we may very well make that change if we agree with you that that is better for King of the Hill. So please let us know. Number 7, dates are added to the matches. So this is really important. So as I said before, this is Dark Atomic saying, by the way, you have to tell one of the King of the Hill managers if you win a series. Also remember the date, because the King of the Hill managers now do not only update results, but also the date and the game was played at. So inactivity is easy to manage. So the date is really, really important because we have to you know, do this inactivity management, and the date is critical to that. And last but not least, some small changes. So the new pumpkin path map is implemented in the King of the Hill and can be chosen just as every other map. Of course, as you guys know, the loser picks a map, and now you can pick pumpkin path. As far as I know, Yin Yang is still the starting map, but it's completely up to the Primer 9 and Dark Atomic to change the starting map if they wish. And this is the last news, but also the first news of the announcement that I've said, is that I have passed. I am concentrating a lot more on King of the Hill, and I just really do feel like, as shown here, look how much work it took to update all this. This was done on the very, very first day of Dark Atomic's sort of initiation into King of the Hill management as the leadership position. And look how much he has done for you guys already, making a system where, because this is going to be so much work for Dark Atomic, you know, you have no idea how much work this will be. You know, so many more players, so many more noble battles, so many more players to manage. And that's the sort of guy that Dark Atomic is. He loves King of the Hill, and he wants you guys to participate a lot more. So big props to Dark Atomic and the Primer 9 for doing this for you guys. And so yeah, I'm passing my management and leadership to Dark Atomic and the Primer 9. So there it is, guys, announcement number 2, a huge announcement, maybe even bigger than the first announcement. Oh my god, and we still have one more announcement left for you guys. I hope you guys are looking forward to that. But my name is Ryan Zoo. Hope you enjoyed announcement number 2, King Hill Season 4. See ya in announcement number 3.